How you doing, guys? Today we're in Bushwick, Brooklyn. We're by Maria Hernandez Park. I'm just going to give you some history how it was back in late 80s, 90s. Hold on a second. Yeah, so we're at Star and Irving Street in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Right now, I guess you know it's like a hipster area. And I just want to give you some history. Back in the late 80s, 1990s, Maria Hernandez, along with her family, I guess was living on Star Street. I know the address, but I don't want to disclose it. It's not too far from here. And back at that time, there was like a lot of drugs, and I know the area very well. This was all drugs. All these buildings here predominantly were burnt down. It was a poor area. And basically, she was always, I guess, trying to stop the drug activity in the neighborhood, defending her family. Unfortunately, one day in 1989, I'm not sure the exact date, unfortunately, she ended up getting killed by one of the drug dealers who was arrested. So her family lost her, unfortunately. But what happened after that is that caused, I guess, what you old timers know as TNT. That's like a drug enforcement thing that they did here. They did buy and bust. So they, unfortunately, because of her death, they did clean up this neighborhood really nice. So she was a fighter, and she did a lot of change. So you newcomers coming to the area, I do recommend you do a little search on her, and basically because of her and her family, these changes were made in this neighborhood. So right now, it's a lot better. I wouldn't say 100%, but I'd say about 80% better. I want to give you some history how it was back then. So back then, this whole area is like junkies, I guess drug addicts. If you ever watch Kensington, Philadelphia, it was probably 20 times worse than that. So what happened, on the corner we approached in Star Knickerbocker, this area here was predominantly all heroin, crack, a lot of robberies. So when they sent in, I guess, NYPD's finest, it took a couple of years. They started cleaning up the area. After that, the real estate boom started, like towards the end of the 90s, and it started changing this whole area really good. So I just want to show you how it changed now. Also, some of you people that left the area, I'm going to take a little walk down memory lane with you. Yeah, so we're approaching Star and Knickerbocker, and New York's finest tries to keep this safe. If you see the cameras on top of the poles, this area back in the 90s, if you could imagine, there's probably hundreds and hundreds of people on the corner, all selling drugs, and there's a lot of crime here. So right now we're in Star and Knickerbocker. So I'm just going to walk around the area, show you how it looks now. We're also approaching Trowman and Knickerbocker. This was, most of these buildings were burned down, and there's drugs everywhere here. I'm just gonna look right to Trowman. Whoever was around in the 90s, remember this block? So this is Troutman and Jefferson. We have Knickerbocker and Melrose. Ahead of us is Flushing Avenue, just to give you an idea at the location we're at.
Oh, no, I told you, I went to a bar and then
I'm just kind of cross over and give you a better view of the area. So as I mentioned in my other Williamsburg video, this area was a lot, I'd say, rougher than Williamsburg. People back from the 80s, 90s, take a look how this block changed here. This whole block was, ask anybody from the 80s, 90s how this was. So we kind of continue up Knickerbocker Avenue, just to show you how the area is. We're looking up Star Street here. Right now we're approaching Willoughby Avenue. We're approaching Sudam Street.
No, es el...
We're approaching Knickerbocker and Hart Street. Yeah, so towards I'd say mid-90s, Brooklyn real estate became very hot. It started with Greenpoint, Williamsburg. Then it started making its way out here because the rents were very high in Manhattan at the time. Right now we're approaching DeKalb Avenue. Knickerbocker and Stockholm. Knickerbocker and Stanhope, just to give you an idea. Like even here, the real estate since the 1990s started going up. That's Stanhope. Yeah, so they got all these new stores here. Knickerbocker and Himrod Street. Right now it's Knickerbocker and Harriman. Knickerbocker and Green. And this is the Knickerbocker Avenue station M train on Myrtle Avenue. Yeah, so now it's like a big shopping hub. If you want to get good deals, come down to Knickerbocker Avenue in Bushwick. Yeah, so that's it for now from Bushwick. Talk to you soon. Have a nice day. All right, bye bye.